What's up, everyone? This is the story of how I ended up doing commentary for the one and only Gatekeeper Media.
Gatekeeper Media is one of the biggest disc golf media companies in the world, and one of the leading companies who produce coverage for all of the Disc Golf Pro Tour events, which is the biggest tour over in America. They've been producing coverage since about 2017, and they're well known for producing high quality chase card coverage, often featuring professional players as commentators. So how did I, a random disc golfer from Australia, end up doing commentary for one of the largest disc golf production companies in the world? Well, it all started back in June of 2022, when I recorded some hole breakdowns for the Pine Rivers Open that was happening here in Brisbane, Australia.
How you draw it up, folks, that landed in a great spot. We should be under the basket. And look, here we are. There's no basket there at the moment.
I put these on Facebook for people to view so they could get an idea of what the holes look like before competing, and people seem to love it.
So the disc will, if you get it.
After putting one of these out, the one and only Jeremiah, or as he's fondly known as the Disc Doctor, go check out his awesome putting practice app, by the way. He said that I had a great voice for commentary and that there might be a potential gig at the Oz Champs, and he couldn't say much at the time, but that if I was interested to let him know. Some other people were really supportive of that and also said that I had a really good voice for commentary, which I was really quite flattered by. Jeremiah was heavily involved in the 2022 Australian Disc Golf Championships, which were happening here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. He was particularly involved in getting not only American disc golfers over here like Drew Gibson and Jennifer Allen, Scott Stokely, but also getting Gatekeeper Media here to come and cover the event, which was absolutely insane for an Australian disc golf event, to have these guys, the awesome Gatekeeper team, come over and film it. So I was a little bit excited at this point, but I didn't want to hold my breath because ultimately it was up to Gatekeeper as to who they would have do the commentary. When they arrived, I introduced myself to them and got to meet each of the crew, Derek, Nick, Chris and Isaac. Turns out that Derek had actually seen my YouTube channel prior to our conversation, which absolutely blew my mind. I could not believe that he would have seen my content that I'd been putting out. I put forward the idea to Derek and said that I would be keen if there was any option at all to do some commentary. The next day he got back to me and said he'd love for me to do commentary on the doubles champs that they had covered the day before, which was just a single round doubles tournament. It was more of a casual one before the main singles event. Of course, I said yes. Throughout this week, I spent quite a bit of time with the Gatekeeper guys. I did an interview with Derek, who's the co-founder and president of Gatekeeper Media, and it was an absolute blast hanging out with them over this week. Flash forward about 5 months later, amidst all of the Disc Golf Pro Tour content that the Gatekeeper guys were putting out, as well as other content, they managed to put together 2 feature cards for the doubles champs and send that over to me to do the commentary. But I couldn't do it on my own. I enlisted the help of Nick, one of my good friends, to do the commentary with me because it's always better with 2 people than one. But we still had a problem. Neither of us had recording equipment that was of an acceptable standard for someone like Gatekeeper Media. I didn't really know what to do, but then my good friend Johnny, who records music and produces music, offered to help us out. And thank goodness he did. He brought his mic over, we gathered around in my room at home and recorded the commentary. Not only that, but Johnny then went away and put heaps of time into making it sound even better and actually making us sound good. So a massive shout out to him for all the work that he put in. It took a little bit for Nick and I to find our rhythm, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but soon we got into our rhythm and it just came naturally.
G'day everyone, and welcome back to Gatekeeper's coverage of the 2022 Australian Doubles Championship presented by Full Circle Discs and RPM Discs. We're here with the first feature card on the back nine. I'm joined once again by Nick Halstead. Nick, we've seen some good golf on the front nine. What are you expecting here from our 2 teams on the back nine?
Yeah, the back nine has got some really scoreable holes, but definitely some harder ones. I think it's probably the harder of the 2 nines.
Who would have thought that we'd be good at talking about disc golf? Go figure. But we sat there and recorded the 2 feature cards, both front 9 and back 9, and eventually I felt like we were bouncing off each other really well. We had a ton of fun doing it, and it was a really enjoyable time. But there was still that little bit of doubt as to would this actually be any good? Would the Gatekeeper guys like it? And then would the thousands and thousands, or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Gatekeeper Media fans actually enjoy it as well? But anyway, we sent it away once it was completed and waited to see what their response was going to be. Well, I tell you what, it was the coolest thing to get notified of the video dropping on Gatekeeper's channel, to watch it and to hear our voices on their channel for the coverage. It was just insane, and honestly, a dream that I didn't ever really know that I had was fulfilled. This is the moment I saw the second feature card had dropped on their channel.
Guys, it is out. Just heard the second feature card of the Australian doubles with my commentary and Nick's commentary is out on Gatekeeper's channel now. Let's check it out. What? There it is. Second feature card. And there's the first videos there. No way! How exciting! This is crazy!
To see that these videos were getting similar views to the rest of their coverage was just insane. And it was so cool to see the Tunnel Ridge course being shown on Gatekeeper's channel, as well as having Aussie disc golfers being highlighted there. A huge thanks to the Gatekeeper crew for coming out and for putting a spotlight on Aussie disc golf, and I'm so grateful that they trusted me to do the commentary for the doubles championships. It was an incredible experience. I had so much fun doing it, and I would love to have the opportunity to do more in the future. A huge thanks once again to everyone who made this possible, especially Jeremiah and the Sunny Coast crew, and also those who believed in me in doing this and encouraged me to step into this opportunity. To the Gatekeeper crew for trusting me again, for Johnny for helping out, and then also to Nick for recording it with me. We had a blast, and hopefully we'll get the chance to do this again because it was tons of fun, and I'm sure there's lots that we can improve on. But for now, go and check out the videos if you haven't already, and feel free to let me know if you have any feedback. Thanks to everyone who has given positive feedback so far. It's meant a lot that you've come up to me to tell me that you've enjoyed it, that it sounded good, and that it was nice to listen to. So I really appreciate that. Thank you all so much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you have had a wonderful week and can also make it great for somebody else, and we will catch you in the next one.
So have you tried Vegemite before?
I did, and it was small amount with butter and cheese, and I still did not like it.